get moving. Hold on. I'll be right there. Just a sec. Hi. Come on in.
John Edwards has been in the photographic business for over 30 years. Although he specializes in food and packaging photography for such major national brands as Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Vons, Jack Daniels, and many other clients, he also shoots for other industries. His illustrious client list has included Philips, Universal Studios, Earthlink, Palm Springs Life, Wolfgang Puck, Ruth's Chris, Baja Fresh, to name only a few. Recently, John photographed some simply delicious living dishes styled by food fanatics Denise Vivaldo at his 4,500 square foot Monrovia, California studio, which features a full kitchen, a conference room with pool table, and large 20-foot ceilings that provide beautiful natural light.
John, explain to me how you got into photography.
I needed a camera for an environmental design class. I was an architecture major at Cal Poly Pomona, and I went to a friend of mine who was a professional photographer, and so I started going out and attending weddings with him as he was photographing the weddings. And my main reason was to meet girls. But I fell in love with photography, and then for many years I was a wedding and portrait photographer.
And did you love looking at food magazines and books? How did you choose food?
I was referred by Vons because I had done some weddings for some executives, the president of Vons, and then they started giving me small food product.
Mm-hmm. And how did you meet Denise?
I met Denise through Contessa Foods. She was referred. The regular food stuff wasn't available, so she came in, and that was the first time I met her, was on that particular food shoot. Been working with her ever since.
Now, in addition to the corporate jobs that you work on, you do a lot of books.
Denise really referred me. I had done a small cookbook prior to by a referral, but Denise had really got me involved in a particular cookbook called Date Night. Mm-hmm. And that was a lot of fun and very successful. And then since then, we've done 3 or 4 other ones with Denise.
And tell me, what's next? Do you have another cookbook coming out? Or I know that you're doing a lot of corporate work and
still do a lot of corporate work.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Denise and I are planning on doing our own promotional cookbook starting winter, and we're going to do it quarterly.
That's fantastic. That's really wonderful.
We were just starting to plan it today, actually.
Denise Vivaldo is the ultimate food professional. She's catered more than 10,000 parties and has cooked for the likes of such VIPs as President George H.W. Bush, President Ronald Reagan, Prince Charles, Aaron Spelling, Bette Midler, and many others. She began her culinary training at the Ritz Escoffier and La Varenne in Paris, and then graduated chef de cuisine from the California Culinary Academy in San Francisco. In 1988, she founded Food Fanatics, a catering, recipe development, and food styling firm based in LA. Through her business, she's catered such events as the Academy Awards Governor's Ball and has styled food for countless national TV shows like Ellen DeGeneres, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Inside Dish with Rachel Ray, and many others. And in the interim, she's also authored many books. Do It for Less Weddings, Do It for Less Parties, How to Start a Home-Based Personal Chef Business, How to Start a Home-Based Catering Business, and most recently, The Food Stylist Cookbook. Denise and her Food Fanatics business partner, Cindy Flanagan, assisted in the food styling of the simply delicious living dishes photographed by John Edwards.
Denise, tell me about your book.
Cindy and I wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few on the market. It's about how to make your food great for the camera. So we're addressing the audience of all the bloggers that are out there
Absolutely.
now, photographers that maybe can't afford to hire a food stylist,
Mm-hmm.
which is, on
Absolutely.
budget jobs, people that want to get into food styling, restaurant owners that have to, or chefs that have to style their own plates for their website.
I was just going to say
There's
that.
a lot of people that are taking pictures of food. So that's what the book's about.
The chocolate mousse. Explain why you chose the plate that you chose.
One chocolate is dark, so we're trying to open it up by putting a reflective light almost underneath it, if you will. The raspberries, we knew we were going to garnish with the raspberries, so I picked a plate that mimicked the color of the raspberries so that your eye could see both of them. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So that you're almost creating a pattern for the eye to follow from the raspberry down and back up. And the color was feminine, and I think of chocolate mousse as a feminine food, so that's why.
Tell me, we're going to show our audience at home the salmon.
Yes.
And how did you know how to put that together? Explain how you made that look so beautiful.
To highlight the color, we sauteed it in a little bit of butter, and also to make it look warm again, Marianne, because you'd cooked it beforehand.
Right.
Then, by placing it forward on the plate, we used those cosmetic sponges to hold it up, made the pasta like a mountain behind it, again to create some movement on the plate so it wasn't all flat and height. And but that plate was I picked it actually because it went with the placemat that you liked, but it's perfect for fall, but it wasn't too dark because salmon you can eat all year long.
Right.
So lots of times we go with themes or colors because that's what the photograph is telling you.
And tell me, with the
salad,
the salad was built a little bit at a time.
Yes.
Why?
Because Miss Cindy built that salad. She did it so that she kept looking through the camera to see where there were spots that she needed to highlight. And that's really what she was doing with the ingredients.
For more behind-the-scenes information on this segment and for the delicious salmon with peppers and chocolate mousse recipes photographed by John Edwards and styled by Denise Vivaldo and Cindy Flanagan, visit www.simplydeliciousliving.tv.